नमस्कार मित्रांनो, परत एकदा आपण सेकंड सेमिस्टरसाठी भेटतोय. खरोखरच अत्यंत प्रतिकूल परिस्थितीतून आपलं हे टीचिंग आणि लर्निंग चालू आहे आणि अशाही ह्या काळात तुमच्यापैकी काही जण त्यांनी मेसेज टाकले की बाबा सेकंड सेमिस्टरसाठीचे व्हिडिओज टाका, ते अपलोड करा वगैरे, आणि हे खरोखरच कौतुकास्पद आहे. मित्रांनो, परत एकदा ह्या पाठीमागे सांगितलेल्या गोष्टींची आय वॉन्ट टू डू अ रिव्हिजन ऑफ दॅट. मीन्स सी नाउ you have to take the education in this way now. हे अगदी निश्चित दिसतंय की काही काळापर्यंत किंवा आता हा असा काळ लवकरच संपुष्टात येतोय, हे सुद्धा तितकंच खरं आहे. परंतु जोपर्यंत हे असं चालू आहे तोपर्यंत अप टू दॅट we have to learn in this way and in a seriously we have to study. मित्रांनो, सगळ्या विषयांचे अशा प्रकारचे लेक्चर्स हे अगदी व्यवस्थित तुम्ही ऐका, त्यातून नोट्स काढा आणि अभ्यास करा. दो द एक्झाम इज कंडक्टेड in a previous semester by the base of in the manner of a MCQ, multiple choice questions, but in future it will be not in that way. आणि जर तशी नसेल तर तुम्हाला अभ्यासात गती वाढवावी लागेल. आणि मागच्या सेमिस्टरला सुद्धा काही काळ आपण ऑफ मोडमध्ये क्लासरूम टीचिंग घेतलेलं आहे. त्यात तुमच्यापैकी काही जण येत होती, त्यांनी तो अनुभव घेतला असेल. सी नाउ फॉर BSc फर्स्ट इयर फिजिक्स सेमिस्टर सेकंड we have to study the paper Geometrical and Physical Optics. Course code is PHY 104. Paper number is 4th. आणि याच्यासाठी 50 मार्काचा हा पेपर आहे. जर ऑफलाईन मोडमध्ये असेल तर या सगळ्या गोष्टी आहेत. आणि सी optics, by the name optics, geometrical and physical optics, you can think that this is nothing but the up to 12th standard you have studied the light. Light means the ray and its behavior when it is passing through in a different medium. What happens? There was a phenomenon of dispersion, diffraction, polarization in that. आणि त्या सगळ्या फिनॉमिनॉन्सचा अगदी डिटेल्ड अभ्यास हा आपल्याला ह्या स्तरावर करायचा आहे. आणि त्याच्याकरता हा पूर्ण पेपर is devoted. In all total 4 chapters are there, and these 4 chapters are devoted for geometrical and physical optics. See now, when you will go for further studies for post graduation, there was again one special branch or we can say a specialization, that is called as a spectroscopy, and that spectroscopy is based on this optical phenomena. Therefore, see now, this is the first chapter, geometrical optics and optical instruments. See now, this geometrical optics and optical instruments consists of these articles, in which cardinal points of an optical system. See, these cardinal points means that these are the important points that was discovered by the Gauss, scientist Gauss. Means that whenever we are considering the lens system, if it is a thin, then there is no problem. Means for doing the calculations, we can neglect the thickness of the lenses. But when the lenses are thick one, then we cannot neglect the thickness of that lens system or that lenses. And by considering that a thickness, if we are deriving the relation or the derivation, the calculations, that calculations were tedious one, and to solve or to have a way out from that, these cardinal points having a much more importance, and therefore these are the cardinal points. In total there are 6 cardinal points. In detail we will see when we will discuss the chapter, and in that chapter we will go to one by one uh, by the article. These are then the focal points, principal point, nodal point, and corresponding planes. Then coaxial lens system. Then for that coaxial lens system, we have to see the equivalent focal length and cardinal points. See friends, here optical instruments in this chapter. We have to see or discuss Huygens eyepiece and Ransdell's eyepiece, as well as their cardinal points. Means that where should be its a focal point, where should be its a principal point, nodal point, principal plane, focal plane, all these things we have to discuss. Concerned with the Huygens eyepiece as well as the Ransdell's eyepiece. See, eyepiece having much more importance in optics, means in telescopes, in the traveling microscopes, the use of eyepiece is there. Therefore, we will study, and we will do the comparative study also of these 2 eyepieces. Then the chapter interference comes. See now, this interference is also one of the very interesting chapter. In a, we can say roughly the meaning of interference means when someone is talks in between 2 friends, then they say that does not make a interfere in between us. Therefore, the interference phenomenon is nothing but a phenomenon when we are throwing a stone in the well or the river or in a dam, then there is a formation of waves takes place. And after some time, again we are throwing second stone, then again there is waves. And see now, the waves forms crest and trough, and that is nothing but another throwing a stone, then there is an interference phenomenon. And see now, interference in thin film due to reflected and transmitted light. See here, the interference, again we can take a very simple example. When a drop of water falls on a oily soil, then there is a pattern of a withdrawal. You can easily observe day-to-day experience, and therefore it is nothing but the interference pattern. Then the interference pattern formed due to wedge-shaped thin film. Then Newton's rings by reflected light. This is also one of the experiment, Newton's ring experiment, very interesting one. And when a ray of light is reflected by the plain glass plate which having mounted on as 45 degree, then there due to that reflection we are getting the rings, and that phenomenon by observing in laboratory we get a very beautiful rings, we observe it. Then by that experiment we come to know about the wavelength. But how the wavelength is determined, we have to see, and that is nothing but the determination of wavelength. Then next article, there is a Michelson's interferometer. This is also one of the experiment, and we will see in detail when we will actually discuss the interference chapter. Then type of fringes are there: circular fringes, localized fringes. In this way, such fringes are there, and that fringes are nothing but that are formed due by the Michelson's interferometer. And by using the Michelson interferometer, how we are able to determine the wavelength and difference in wavelength. This is one of the application of Michelson's interferometer. We will see it in detail. Then third chapter is a diffraction. See now, diffraction is a phenomenon. Again, diffraction phenomenon, if we want to understand here, in short, when there is a shaving blade, and by in that shaving blade, if we are passing a light through that cut the portion, then the light bends due to its edges, and that bending of light due to that edges is nothing but a diffraction phenomenon. In this diffraction chapter we will see in introduction and diffraction at a thin wire, then Fraunhofer diffraction at a double slit, means in interference and diffraction maxima and minima we will see. Then this plane transmission diffraction grating. See now, grating plate is an important concept, In detail, we will see at there, but in short, if we are having a glass plate and that glass plate is ruled or lines are marked or lines are on that plain glass plate with the help of fine quality of diamond, then there is a formation of plane transmission diffraction grating. See, by the fine quality of diamond, when a parallel lines are ruled on it, then there is a formation of opaque portion takes place, and that is nothing but plane diffraction grating. Then by using that plane transmission diffraction grating, we have to determine the wavelength. At a normal incidence means when light is normally incident on that plane transmission grating, then we are getting the first order, second order ray, and by taking the observations, this experiment is done by the help of spectrometer, and by which we are able to determine the wavelength. Then again, a resolving power of an optical instrument. See, this term resolving power is, I think, it may be a new for you. Totally, this chapter or totally this paper is no doubt new, but the concept behind this paper, that is interference, diffraction, polarization, or dispersion, all these things you know, but the content of this different chapters may be new for you. In this way, he says that resolving power. See, we know about the magnifying power. In that way, a resolving power is the term. A resolve means when there is a two nearby images by naked eye, if we are not able to distinguish them, then how we are able to distinguish? We have to use the optical instruments. And what is the criteria for it? Is it resolved or not? And that criteria is given by Rayleighs. He is a scientist, Rayleighs. And therefore, we will see it. What is the Rayleighs criteria of resolution? And therefore, the optical instruments here, resolving power of prism and resolving power of grating, we have to see. In this way, the third chapter ends, and last chapter, it is nothing but a polarization. In previous year, you have studied the polarization. Polarization, it contains Moore's law, then double refraction, then Huygens theory of double refraction in uniaxial crystal, nickel prism, how the nickel prism is constructed, and construction of nickel prism, all these concepts we will see here in short. Again, in concern with the polarization optical activity, then Fresnel's theory of optical rotation, then specific rotation, then Lorentz half-shade polarimeter. See now, here in each chapter there are some experiments which we will do in the laboratory. We having a hope that in the coming few days we will meet physically, and due to which we will able to understand all these concepts. And in a laboratory you can see what is the Lorentz half-cell polarimeter, how it works, and by which we are able to determine the specific rotation of sugar solution. See now, I will again discuss with you that this full paper and that paper having the experiments we have to study in dark room, means that a closed room which having a darkness, and due to which we are getting the rays of sodium vapor or mercury in this way, and by which we are able to do the experiment. See friends, for these four chapters, here is a list of reference books. There are in total four reference books. University has been given us the list of reference books. First is the textbook of optics by N. Subramaniam and Vishal. Yes, Chan is the publication company and 1987 edition. Then the second one, Optics and Spectroscopy, R. Murugesan, K. Shiv Prasad. Again, same publication. Then a textbook of optics by D.S. Mathur, and fourth one, Optics by Ghatak, second edition. In this four, first one, textbook of optics, you can use this, and this book is gives us good ideas, good concept clears, and all these things are mentioned in this reference book. See now, I will show you here in the day-to-day practice when we are meeting physically in laboratory. Then you can see the hygiene scientist and zoom scientist. In this interference chapter, you can see the Newton's ring experiment apparatus in laboratory. Again, in third chapter, in laboratory, you can see the transmission, plane transmission diffraction grating, and uh, prism and grating also. And in fourth chapter, you can see in laboratory the Lorentz half-cell polarimeter, means that, and also a nickel prism you can see in the laboratory also. See now, means that this course is nothing but you can see the experiments which are mentioned in this syllabus physically in lab. Friends, this is a list of experiments which we have to do in laboratory. Then the situation will be a normal, and we have university has been given, or the college will ask us to come in the college when the situation will be normal, and the classroom teaching will start for laboratory work also. Then see, these experiments you have to perform, but up to that, do one thing, that You can uh, write the notes and you can have it hard copy with you. Determination of acceleration due to gravity by Keto's pendulum means this experiment we have been discussed in last semester. In a video you will get all these things for this Keto's pendulum and you make a write-up for it. Then second one, why by bending of wheel loaded at center, it is also discussed. Then determination of y by cantilever, it is also discussed. Max, yeah, eta by Maxwell needle is not there, but we have to perform it. It's bifilar suspension. Then determination of y and eta of the material of a flat spiral spring. Then surface tension by Jigger's method. This is ST. Here is TST, surface tension by Jigger's method. It is also in first paper in last semester. And eighth one, determination of coefficient of viscosity by Poiseuille's method. It is also discussed in that uh, videos of last semester. Then see, for this semester, they have been given physics paper 6th list of experiment. He says why by Searle's apparatus, moment of inertia of flywheel, thermal conductivity by conductor by Leeds meter, study of CRO. CRO means cathode ray oscilloscope, field along the axis of the circular coil, IH curve, and then calibration of spectrometer and dispersive power of prism. These are two experiments are from our optics paper, and therefore we will, when we will physically meet, then we will study all these things. But up to that, you can write up this Keter's pendulum by bending loaded at center cantilever, and then surface tension by Gibbs method and coefficient of viscosity by Poiseuille's method. Friends, in next lecture we will start our actual syllabus and see that means those who have been not listen, not seen the videos, not done the study for last semester, but now for the second semester you should be attentive one. Everyone will try to see the videos, make or try to make a self notes from it, by which you will be able to face the coming examinations. See friends, this is very important that to observe the videos keenly, because though the situation in this time is this one, but after a few days it will be normal, and when you will go for next examinations in the next coming period, at that time these all things will be very helpful for you. Otherwise it will very harmful, means um, due to which you are staying at your home there is a no work, then it will be seen that we are wasting our time. And therefore, friends, I am again appealing you that try to not try. You should see the videos of all papers and try to draw out your own notes, go from that notes, and due to which it will be very helpful for our coming future. Thank you. Thank you very much.